Day 1, Kathmandu to Besisahar. Drive from Kathmandu to Besisahar approximately 6 to 7 hours. Altitude 2704 meters height. Day 2, Besisar to Kangshar. Continue drive by local jeep to Dharapani approximately 5 to 6 hours. Altitude 3745 meters height. Overnight stay at lodge in Kangshar. The journey from Kathmandu to Tilicho Lake is one of the most adventurous trekking experiences for everyone. The total distance to travel from Kathmandu to Besisahar is around 172 kilometers, which is the starting point of the Tilicho Lake trek. Tilicho Lake at one point used to be the highest lake in the world, but Kanjan Sara Lake, at 5,200 meters, was discovered in 2019 by a group of mountaineers. Tilicho Lake is currently the second highest lake in Nepal. The lake sits on the lap of Mount Tilicho and offers you panoramic views of the mountains of the Annapurna region. Traversing towards beautiful Tilicho Lake is one of the major attractions of the Annapurna region. Moreover, the Tilicho Lake holds high regard for Hindu pilgrims and attracts numerous Hindu devotees yearly. This article will give you a clear picture of the entire journey from Kathmandu to Tilicho Lake, where you will be trekking in the Annapurna circuit. Tilicho Lake, situated at an altitude of 4,919 meters above sea level, is Nepal's second highest lake. It is a glacial lake located in the Manang district, stretching up to 4 kilometers in length and 1.2 kilometers in width. Despite its large volume, one of the most fascinating aspects of Tilicho Lake is the absence of visible water sources feeding into it, and there are no apparent water outflows. The Tilicho Lake trek is one of the most popular treks in the Annapurna region. It is considered the popular side hike of the Annapurna circuit trek, as you can cover the Tilicho Lake trek in an additional 3 days during the ACT. Trekking to Tilicho Lake will allow you to witness the majestic views of mountain peaks such as Annapurna, Machapuchre, Dhaulagiri, Tilicho Peak, etc. Crossing the Thorong La Pass at 5,400 meters is something a trekker will cherish forever. The breathtaking view of the beautiful Tilicho Lake, Annapurna Range mountains, rich flora and fauna of Annapurna Conservation Area, etc. makes the trek much more exciting, as well as enriching. Another popular mode of transportation to Besisahar is by flying to Pokhara from Kathmandu and opting for a bus, jeep from Pokhara. Opting for multiple transportation is quite expensive but is the most comfortable way of traveling to Besisahar. The airline fare will cost around $50 and the bus, jeep fare will cost you around $5-10. The trek to Tilicho Lake begins in Dharapani, Manang. You will be hiking for around 120 kilometers during the entire trekking period. During this 120 kilometers long hike, you will pass through alpine forests, beautiful valleys, villages, etc. You will cross through places such as Siri Karka, Khangsar, Yak Kharka, Thorong Fedi, Thorong La Pass, Jomsom, etc. Moreover, the Tilicho Lake trek will allow you the opportunity to visit the holy temple of Muktinath. Muktinath temple is visited in large numbers by Hindus and Buddhist pilgrims. Staying at the Tilicho base camp, surrounded by snow-capped peaks, is another major attraction of this trek. However, acclimatization is crucial during trekking to Tilicho Lake. You must acclimate your body to ensure a safe and responsible journey. Generally, trekkers acclimatize at Manang and spend a day hiking to the Gangapurna Lake. Tilicho Lake trekking tips. Trekking towards Tilicho Lake will present you with numerous difficulties along the way. Tilicho Lake trek is undoubtedly one of Nepal's most breathtaking trekking routes. However, you will be presented with several challenges along the way. The rugged terrain and high altitude ascent will add some difficulty to your hike. The risk of altitude sickness is another major concern in this trek. Some of the things you need to consider while trekking to Tilicho Lake are given below. Acclimatization. Tilicho Lake sits at a high altitude, so proper acclimatization is essential. Include rest days in your itinerary. especially after reaching higher elevations. This helps your body adapt to the higher altitude and makes it easier to trek in the Himalayas. You should spend a day in Manang to acclimate your body. You can also hike to Gangapurna Lake during your acclimatization days. Day 3, Kangshar to Tilicho Base Camp. Trek via Manang, depending on road condition and preference. Reach Tilicho Base Camp approximately 4,150 meters height. Enjoy stunning Himalayan views en route. Overnight at Base Camp Lodge. The actual hike to Tilicho Lake, Kangshar, begins from Dharapani. You should drive to Dharapani, Manang, from Basishar to reach the hiking destination. Besisahar marks the starting point for many of the Annapurna region treks. You will get a four-wheeler jeep to travel to Dharapani from Basishar on a shared basis. It will cost you around $5-10. It takes you around 4-5 hours to reach Dharapani from Besisahar.
Wow, one time. Hi guys, Saturday. Hey.
Stay hydrated. Drinking plenty of water helps combat the effects of altitude sickness. Aim to drink at least 3-4 liters daily. Dehydration will lead to altitude sickness, and trekking at high altitudes makes you sweat a lot. Hydration is key for a successful Tilicho Lake trek. You must compulsorily drink 3-4 liters of water every day. Training. You should prepare by doing cardiovascular exercises like hiking, running or cycling for the Tilicho Lake trek. Reaching Thorangla Pass at 5,400 meters is not an easy featuring. You must focus on endurance and leg strength to handle the steep ascents and descents of the Annapurna region. Going on prior hikes will help you understand the rugged terrains and slippery trails that you will be trekking in. Pack appropriately. Packing is always crucial while trekking in Nepal. You will need to pack lightweight, moisture-wicking clothing for layering. Your clothing must include a warm jacket, gloves, trousers, and a hat for trekking at high altitudes. You should be wearing sturdy hiking boots for a comfortable walk in high-altitude ascents and descents. Moreover, you must carry other items such as toiletries, raincoats, trekking poles, first aid kits, etc. Hire a guide or porter. A local guide is invaluable for navigating tricky trails and ensuring you stay on the right path, especially in higher altitudes. Hiring experienced guides will create a worry-free environment for travel, as they can easily tackle all the challenges that come along the way. Moreover, their experience is always a plus, as they will provide you with deeper insights about the places you are traveling in. Respect the environment. You must be mindful of the pristine environment. You should return all your trash with you and dispose of it in a proper disposal area. The Annapurna region is raw and perfect for nature lovers to trek. It is your responsibility to protect and preserve the natural surroundings. Day 4, Tilicho Base Camp to Tilicho Lake back to Manang Valley. Early morning hike to Tilicho Lake, 4,919 meters height, one of the world's highest lakes. Explore the serene lake and surroundings. Return to base camp and continue to Manang Valley. Overnight stay in Manang, 3,540 meters height. Conclusion. To sum up, trekking from Kathmandu to Tilicho Lake is one of the most exciting memories that will last forever in your heart. This trek in the Annapurna region will not only provide you with views or the surroundings but also allow you to immerse yourself in the unique culture of Nepali people. Crossing the Thorongla Pass at 5,400 meters will give you a sense of accomplishment you will cherish forever. The bus journey from Kathmandu to Besisahar, trekking from Besishar to Thorongla Pass, and witnessing stunning landscapes of beautiful Annapurna region peaks will enrich your travel. How can you reach Tilicho Lake from Kathmandu? The two possible options to travel to Tilicho Lake from Kathmandu are either by taking a flight to Pokhara and traveling by jeep to Besisar, or by taking a bus from Kathmandu to Besisahar and trekking from Besisahar.
नेपालीको काखमा हिमाली काखा छ नेपाली नेपाली विश्वस्त माया छ
Which is the best month to visit Tilicho Lake? The months of spring and autumn are the best time to visit the Tilicho Lake. These seasons offer the ideal conditions for traveling to Tilicho Lake and the best view of the mountain peaks of the Annapurna region. How long does a Tilicho Lake trek take? Tilicho Lake trek can generally be completed in 5 days. However, the trekking days and the itinerary may differ according to your preferences, as multiple tour operators offer you multiple packages. It completely depends on the trekker's preference. Is Tilicho Lake trek suitable for beginners? Yes, Tilicho Lake is suitable for beginners. Anyone with good fitness and strong willpower can successfully complete this trek. However, there might be certain challenging ascents and descents for beginners who trek to Tilicho Lake, Nepal. Day 5, Manang Valley to Besisar. Descend from Manang to Besisar by jeep, approximately 6 to 7 hours. Day 6, Besisar to Kathmandu. Drive back to Kathmandu, approximately 6 to 7 hours. End of the trek with memorable views and experiences.